brilliant cinematography, very striking and at times so viscerally moving and shocking that I genuinely had to look away. The scene with the flashlights, particularly, being very difficult to watch. Very brave filmmaking in not relying on the dialogue, but only the visuals to help the story unfold. And that music was excellently chosen. It created that sonic momentum, but also allowed it to unfold with kind of like a creeping quality throughout. Really inventive imagery and a very clear creative vision.
It was really impactful. It was very creative in terms of like the lighting, the shots used, um, the use of color and lack of color, um, the music, the sounds, all of it was very strong in its voice. The actress was so incredible. And it was just one of those pieces that really um, stays with you. And, you know, we have this like really shocking kind of violent scene, but we get to end on this empowering, lush nature, more upbeat ending. And so I feel like it shocks the viewer, but then it helps to pacify by like giving us softness at the end.
This was a visually stunning film. A central figure goes through a traumatic experience or attack. What sets this piece apart for me is the fabulous cinematography. The spinning drone shots with the tiny figure below were dizzying on an arid black and white ground, and then in an expansive colored grass and swamp area. The lead really got into the role of both pain and of wild freedom. Excellent soundtrack, too, especially the dramatic guitar.
The cinematography, the aerial shots that they did were just absolutely stunning. I loved that. I also loved that they decided to start this film with black and white. And they knew what they were doing with black and white because of the way that they balanced the light and the shadow and giving the richness to those gray tones and the black and white tones. It was just awesome. I really enjoyed this. And especially with the story and how it changed to color at the end. Very smart, very clever. The music was perfect in this as well. I loved the actors, the performances. They all did amazingly well.
I think the editing really carries. I really like the choices. One of when to use black and white and when to use color and that whole vibe, but then also like, you know, cutting for emotion. Cutting for emotion. You really feel it when it's going down, when things are going down, you know. Um, there's just like the rhythm to it. I like the cutting back and forth, like intercutting. I think, yeah. The point is, I think the editing really shined through in this one, and also the choice to use like just music and not because like you could have made choices as far as like having music, but then also sound effects and dialogue or whatever. But for a different effect, but you chose to do just music, and I think that was a good choice as far as evoking a stronger emotion.
I really liked that you got this kind of sense of her and this kind of sense of being with her and like who kind of she was because you know, I liked how many close-ups they had. I liked, you know, the kind of perspective that they showed. And then things get very crazy and very intense and very violent and very could be triggering. And then, you know, you have this moment where, you know, she's just being dragged off and, you know, she's cast away. And then you get this color and then you get this, you know, light and then you get, you know, this beautiful moment afterwards. Um of just her like everything that's swirling and everything that is crowding down around her and the emotions and the dancing. I thought it was beautiful. I thought it was like it was still intense, but like I thought it was absolutely beautiful. You got this moment afterwards where, you know, and like I said, you get all this color and you got all this light and it was so dynamic.